Ah yes, the end update. Another year, another dose of copium. As much as I want an end update, I feel like we would have already gotten it if it were to happen anytime soon. I'd give it at least 3 years to build up more.
Do you really think they'll listen to the truth, Sam? Because it's already proven that if you upload another end dimension video talking about the end update, you will have a debate in the comments.
I know things can get worse from here, bro, but they have to know something big could happen. Mojang could release something massive. I don't want them to miss that. I want you to upload Project 3ND.
But you don't understand, Sam.
You heard me the first time. I want you to upload it.
Alright, will do.
It was November 18th, 2011 when version 1.0.0 was released for Minecraft. This added loads of features, but the most interesting one being the end dimension. It was the first update out of beta, and it was the second update to release a new dimension plus a boss. The end was simple, with not much to do. After all, it was only used to collect the new endstone block and defeat the final boss of the game, that of course being the Ender Dragon. The end had a purpose, a dragon egg for a reward, as well as tons of XP for slaying the dragon. However, it wasn't until 9 major updates later that gave the end a new purpose. No longer was the end just for battling an epic boss, but it gave players more to explore and discover, introducing chorus plants and cities, a new hostile mob called the Shulker, and of course we can't forget Elytras. In that single update, it gave the end more personality and felt less like a cheesy final boss room. But unfortunately, this update did strike anger and disappointment in some players. Some players hated the change of combat that was implemented into the update, hence the name of the 1.9 update, the Combat Update. Minecrafters to this day still play 1.8 or earlier just because of the old combat system, or they add mods to Minecraft that will revert the combat system back to the original. I've received a few comments discussing why Mojang won't create the ability to toggle between both combat systems. This would make all Minecraft players happy for sure, but I don't think it's that easy. Minecraft Java and Minecraft Bedrock Edition are not completely in sync. There are still so many features Java has that Bedrock doesn't, and vice versa. And since Java and Bedrock run on different engines, it's tough to make that parity between them. At one point, Mojang did promise the parity between both Java and Bedrock, but to this day, they haven't fulfilled that promise completely. So it's only a matter of time before both versions will have complete parity. Since the 1.9 update, we have not received a single adjustment to the end. No structures, no items, no mobs, and no major changes to combat. If the end update were to release on version 1.22, that will be a total of 13 updates later from 1.9. But the biggest question I've been seeing lately is not why don't we have an end update yet, but instead the question is, do we really need an end update? In addition to this question, I'll answer what the dimension will look like if we got an update. Let's look at the facts here. Who builds their main base in the end? Put your hand down, bro. I'm sure hardly anyone builds their main base in the Nether, but you and I both know we at least make a small base or two in the Nether, right? We will even set a respawn anchor inside the base while we explore the Nether for fantastic loot. But this never happens in the end. In fact, it's extremely rare for anyone to build any type of base in the end. And why is that? Because there is little to do in the end. Just like how the Nether had very few reasons for players to enter the Nether in its first launch, the same is happening now with the end. We move into the end for resources, XP, items that we need, then we almost never come back. Unless you're a dedicated builder like these YouTubers with hardcore worlds. But I'd almost guarantee that 9 players out of 10 do not spend their time building bases and exploring far and wide in the end. So of course the only solution is giving the end more things to do and explore, but not in the way that feels like a mod. How can Mojang add more to the end without it feeling modded, but at the same time not too boring? Because the end overall is a dark and barren environment. It would be easy for Mojang to add a couple biomes to extend the empty feeling in the end, but if a few biomes were added alone, it could still feel pretty boring to play in. You see, features like items, blocks, and mobs are the most valuable in Minecraft, and to just add new variants of end cities would be a pitiful addition to the game. There has to be new blocks to find, even if none of the blocks are valuable. The idea of new ender-themed blocks and biomes is what's important. So to do that, it would be too boring to make new versions of Endstone. It would have to be its own unique block type that will fit in this empty environment. Now, I have seen a handful of comments discussing how the End DLC from Minecraft Dungeons Echoing Void could be a confirmed vanilla End dimension. This is mainly because Minecraft Dungeons is said to be connected to the vanilla Minecraft lore. But would Mojang really take all these features from Echoing Void and paste it into vanilla Minecraft? It's possible, but the Orb of Dominance isn't even part of vanilla Minecraft, so is the End DLC truly accurate? I always saw Minecraft Dungeons as an extra type of game, something new for the community community, but not part of the vanilla story. But looking at the environment in the Dungeons DLC, you can clearly notice that it doesn't look modded. And while I still believe that the varieties of different Endermen still feels modded, I think the environment overall looks pretty vanilla. Endstone, purple blocks, and what looks to be dying grass is all seen in the End DLC. And I can agree that this type of environment would be compatible with the End dimension that we already know in vanilla Minecraft. So we know that the End update is needed. There's no more evidence required. The End is boring to explore and it serves only a handful of purposes. And as for what the End update will look like, we know it won't be colorful and full of life. It will still look mildly boring, but with more to explore, more mobs to find, and even new blocks and items. The next question that so many players have wanted answered is when and will the End update happen? Even though most players want an End update to happen, will Mojang actually do it? If so, when will that even happen? Next year for version 1.22 or many years from now in version 1.27? We know for certain it will happen eventually. This is because Mojang themselves promised to only make new dimensions in Minecraft once all the current dimensions are fully updated, or at least updated to the point where they don't feel dry. The Nether received an update for version 1.16 and it was a massive one. I don't see it getting any more updates anytime soon, and so it won't be for another few years before the Nether gets a part 2. As for the overworld, man, there are still so many biomes that need to be improved, and Mojang has promised that these empty biomes will eventually get an update. We just simply don't know when. The caves, mountains, oceans, taiga, swamps, all these have received updates recently, but there are still so many biomes that could use some work. The savanna, the jungle, and heck, even the mushroom fields are begging for an update. When has the mushroom fields gotten a proper update? I forget those exist half the time when I play Minecraft. These 3 biomes are just the tip of the iceberg. There are plenty of biomes that 100% need to be updated, or at least could use a few more features to spice things up. And honestly, I'm starting to believe that the next few updates will be biome updates rather than an End update. I have a few reasons to back that up, but first let's review why I originally thought the End update would release for 1.22. I've made 2 videos about the 1.22 update in more detail, so if you want to hear deeper reasons on why the End update could be coming, be sure to watch those. The links are down in the description. But today, I'm going to quickly list the reasons in summary. All the teasers pointing towards an End update next year are the 2 End Dimension videos, a Let's Play article about the End Reimagined Bedrock map, and Around the Block article about the Void. The Minecraft movie story will revolve around defeating the Ender Dragon. The Nether update was announced the same year Minecraft turned 10. It would be convenient for the End update to announce the same year Minecraft turns 15 just 5 years later, especially since Minecraft has made a huge deal out of this year's celebration. And don't get me wrong, I'm so happy Minecraft has lived on to be a total of 15 years. And the last reason was actually made by someone in the comments. Slothaloaf said, look at the Minecraft Annual 2024 edition. The cover of the book shows Enderman and the Ender eyes on it. Plus, the color of the book is purple. I felt this was a massive hint as well. And after reading this, I immediately searched the book up, and what do you know? This annual book that releases only once a year had the exact cover that Slothaloaf described. Now, the only problem with this is that the book actually released in July 2023, which is weird since that is nowhere close to 2024, but this still proves that the cover being a hint for the End update is just a coincidence. This leads me to the reasons why we won't have an End update next year, or frankly in the next few years. You see, as I've said before, Mojang is heavily focusing on biome updates. We've seen it with caves and cliffs, archaeology and adding the camel to deserts, the wild update improving the swamps, and now the trial chambers to once again update the caves. And I'm thankful for all this. Now we have 4 cave structures: the trial chambers, ancient cities, mine shafts, and OG dungeons. Update after update, year after year, Mojang has been adding features to the biomes in the overworld. Understand that the last time we saw a dimension update was 1.16 in the Nether. Every update after that, which is a total of 5 updates now, have been versions that make the overworld biomes better. And again, they won't be planning to update the Nether for a long time now since they just made a massive one. So the likelihood of an End update is actually smaller than we think. Even with these possible hints to the End update for 1.22, we still have to remember Mojang's focus right now, and that's the overworld. While these hints really could be true, resulting in an End update next year, there's actually more proof against it. Back in 2018 and 2019, we had biome votes. Remember those? Yeah, yeah, they're kind of forgotten now. But these biomes were confirmed by Mojang to eventually get updated. And this is proven to be true because while we haven't received an official desert update, we still got the camel in Minecraft, which of course is found in the desert. And even though the wild update wasn't called the swamp update, it still added new swamp trees, aka the mangrove, and frogs were added as well. Even though we aren't always getting updates dedicated to one single biome, we're still getting features to add to these empty biomes. So it's actually more reasonable to say that the next update will be a mix of features that aren't all focused on a single biome, and so perhaps we'll get an update with features that are for the overworld and the end dimension. This just seems the most logical. I mean, the wild update, for crying out loud, added the deep dark, which doesn't even come close to related to the swamp. The trails and tails update is even more mixed up, with a whole new biome being introduced, aka the cherry grove. Bamboo was getting loads of blocks for crafting, which is a jungle plant, and archaeology pottery sherds are found in the desert, forests, and the ocean. Bro, the ocean! That update alone gave us features in multiple biomes, and again, it even added a new biome. So will the end update happen next year? Maybe, but I'm thinking no. Could the end dimension get more features next year? Yes, but not in the form of an end update. The truth is, Mojang wants Minecraft to feel fresh and full of features. And so their goal is no longer to update biomes or dimensions one by one, but instead they are focusing on the weakest parts of Minecraft and filling those spots with new content. So no matter where the dry content is located, old biomes, the end dimension, or maybe Minecraft needs a new biome completely, Mojang will fulfill it. Let me know down in the comments what you think this next update will be, and then leave a like and subscribe for more Minecraft content like this.